The more you put your life on display, the more people will find reasons to criticize, doubt, or pull you back. It's simply part of human nature. There's something incredibly powerful about stepping away from the spotlight, doing the work in silence, becoming unavailable, and committing to building the next version of yourself behind the scenes. There's a unique excitement in knowing that one day you'll return so transformed that people won't recognize the person you've become. The ironic part is that by the time that day arrives, their reactions won't matter anymore. The work you do in private will teach you that the only opinion capable of shaping your life is your own. Let's break down how to do this the right way. There are 3 essential stages. First, how to disappear. Second, what to do while you're out of sight. And third, how to come back. Miss any one of these, especially the last, and you'll risk undoing everything you've worked for. So, how do you disappear the right way? First, learn to stay quiet. Your mouth gives away far more than you realize. If you want to transform in silence, you have to master the ability to keep your life private. Stop sharing every update with family, friends, co-workers, or anyone else. The only possible exception is a life partner who genuinely supports your growth and wants to see you succeed. Hopefully, you're fortunate enough to have that. At first, this will feel uncomfortable because most of us are wired to constantly share what's happening in our lives. It's almost automatic. But if you want to disappear successfully, you have to catch your thoughts before they become words. Become someone people can't easily figure out. The more mysterious you become, the easier it is to do your best work without outside interference. Second, stop living for other people's opinions. If you're serious about disappearing, you need to completely rewire how you think. The truth is, most people aren't paying nearly as much attention to you as you imagine. Yet so many of our decisions are driven by the fear of what others might think. That mindset has to go. Create a version of yourself in your mind that represents the person you're becoming. Then ask yourself one question every day. What does that version of me think about today's choices? Would that person be proud? Would they respect the way I handled today? We've spent years letting other people become the judges of our lives. It's time to replace that audience with yourself. When you do, you stop being controlled by outside approval and start taking ownership of your own direction. It isn't easy, and it won't happen overnight. It takes repetition, awareness, and consistent practice. Third, protect your plans. As you grow, you'll come up with exciting goals and ambitious ideas. You'll feel the urge to tell everyone about them. Don't. Treat your plans like the combination to a vault. Keep them protected. One helpful way to think about it is this. Every time you casually reveal your plans, imagine your chances of achieving them drop just a little. Every unnecessary conversation leaks momentum. Instead of investing that energy into the work itself, you're spending it talking about what you hope to do. Be intentional. If you truly need someone's advice or expertise, seek it with purpose. Find the right person, share only what's necessary, learn what you need, then quietly return to the work. Fourth, keep your progress private. Results will come, maybe slower than you'd like, but they'll come. And you'll probably notice that progress happens faster once you've stepped away from constant attention. Resist the temptation to show it off. Don't feel the need to post every physical improvement. Don't announce every financial milestone. Don't constantly prove how much you've learned. Let the work continue. Disappearing only works if you stay committed until the transformation is complete. If you go back to chasing attention halfway through, you risk falling into the same patterns that held you back in the first place. You'll naturally want to tell people about the positive changes happening in your life. That's normal. But instead of spending that energy seeking validation, redirect it back into your mission. Every ounce of restraint becomes more fuel for your growth, and that momentum is what carries you to the next level. Fifth, keep your struggles private. Choosing to step away, whether you call it disappearing, monk mode, or simply focusing on yourself, isn't easy. There will be exhausting days. You'll feel mentally drained. You'll run into setback after setback before you start seeing real progress. Your first instinct might be to call someone and vent every time things get difficult, or look for reassurance whenever you hit another obstacle. When things get hard, you'll naturally want someone to comfort you. Maybe you'll want to call a friend, vent to your family, or look for someone to reassure you that you're doing the right thing. Resist that urge. Face those difficult moments on your own. Let yourself feel the frustration. Let yourself sit with the disappointment. When you stumble, get back up without announcing it to the world. Handle your setbacks in private, because every challenge you overcome without outside validation strengthens your resilience. The lowest moments of your journey aren't signs that you're failing. They're often the moments preparing you for your biggest breakthroughs. Every setback gives you a chance to become more disciplined, more patient, and more mentally resilient than you were before. Instead of avoiding discomfort, learn to welcome it. Growth almost always hides behind resistance, and the stronger you become, the more you'll recognize that discomfort is often a signal that you're moving in the right direction. Now it's time to focus on the transformation itself. First, define exactly who you're becoming. You can't reinvent yourself if your destination is vague. Decide with complete clarity what you're building. Maybe you want to become incredibly fit and muscle stronger than you've ever been. Maybe you want to build a thriving business that gives you financial freedom. Maybe it's mastering a skill that completely changes your career. Whatever it is, make it specific. Write it down. Keep your vision somewhere you'll see it every day, but where nobody else will. Next, build your life around that goal. Your schedule should reflect the person you're trying to become. Every day should move you one step closer to that future. Treat this opportunity like it matters, because it does. If your goal is fitness, make it easy to train consistently. Live closer to your gym if that's realistic. If your goal requires new skills, enroll in courses, find mentors, or create an environment that supports your growth. Block out dedicated time every day to work on your transformation. Set aside regular time each week to review your progress, adjust your strategy, and break big goals into smaller, measurable milestones. Become intentional with everything you do. Finally, transform the way you think. Success isn't just about reaching the finish line. It's about learning to enjoy the process of becoming. At first, living quietly and working behind the scenes may feel unfamiliar. You'll wonder if anyone notices. You'll question whether it's worth it. Over time, something remarkable begins to happen. You stop craving attention. You stop needing recognition. The work itself becomes rewarding. That's when the real transformation begins. Your mindset shifts. You stop chasing applause and start chasing progress. The discipline that once felt difficult becomes part of your identity. And when the time finally comes to step back into the world, you'll realize something unexpected. You may not even feel the need to, because by then, you'll have built a life that no longer depends on being seen. You'll keep growing, keep setting bigger goals, and keep raising your own standards. Most people will never fully understand what changed, and that's perfectly fine. You'll discover a sense of peace in working quietly, improving consistently, and letting your results speak for themselves. And that version of your life will be far more fulfilling than the one you left behind. If you're ready to take your personal growth even further, the next video will show you one powerful mindset shift that can completely change the way you approach success.